Hello and welcome back to South Coast Busways here at the Gosport Garage with Solent Blue, where we are looking at some of the tiny Optare Solo SRs that we use on the Whiteley Village local services. Now, if I bring the UI back and go into the map view, it may have occurred to you that Gosport Garage is way down here on Haslam Marina, and Whiteley Village is all the way up there. So Gosport was never intended to be the final location for the Whiteley Village services in terms of their garage. So today I'm going to move them, and quite unceremoniously going to do that right now, onto this industrial estate in Fareham, probably taking over this unit here on Standard Way. So let's new depot time. Here we go. So because this is on Standard Way, let's call this SW. SW. There we go. SW for Standard Way. And we will get the Whiteley Village buses moved over in a moment. What I'm going to do though, right now, with even less ceremony, is begin a whole new network that we already have started. This network is going to be called the Portchester, and it will start its basis is in the P1 and P2 town services. So, Ombashu, Blanc, this is going to be the P3, Portchester to, where was it? What did I call it? Oh no, it was Water's Edge. Yeah. There we go. So, the P3 is going to start at the Portchester precinct. It's going to come down this main road, then up and across, down, up again, then down this road and turn back and go back the same way. Very short, very nice. And there is the P3. New link between Portchester Precinct and Water's Edge Park via the long way. So let's get this route running every 30 minutes. Every 30 minutes. Good. It will have a vehicle requirement of 1, which is amazing. However, that may change. Unless it won't. It may not actually. I'm going to give it 1 minute at Lindenley Shops and 1 minute at Portsdown in, so that's 15 minutes. And that's going to be Monday, Saturday outbound. And it's going to run from 5:02 to 23:02. And Monday, Saturday inbound. And we're going to add first of all, we're going to start this at 5:17. $5.18 and finish it at 23:18. And we're going to have a minute at Portsdown Inn and Lindenley Shops. So yes, it will take slightly longer than half an hour, but that's actually totally fine because it means we can interwork. So, let's have a look at that timetable. This will run on Sundays. Hang on, I need to make this every half hour. So, gets back in at 5:33. So the next one's going to be at, well, the P4 is going to start at 5:05. So I'm just going to make a note of that. P4 05:05. There we go. And Sunday timetable. Copy and paste. It's going to be much the same deal, but it's going to start an hour later. It's going to start at 6:02 and it's going to finish at 21:32. Sunday outbound and Sunday inbound. Sunday in copy that, paste that. So it's going to start at 6:18 and finish at 21:48. And there's the P3. That's going to be run out of the new garage SW. Activate that later. But isn't that lovely? Portchester's network starting to grow. And before it's even launched, we're going to start yet another. This is the P4. Portchester. Oh, if I could spell. Portchester to. Oh, I can't remember where this one goes. Hang on. This one is going to go to Paulsgrove. I'm just going to say it Paulsgrove. There will actually be two routes to Paulsgrove, the P4 and P5, and they'll go pretty much the same way until they actually get into Paulsgrove. So, put that there. That goes there, there, there. And then it goes this way. I'm sorry, is this Wolferton Road? That's amazing. And then we just go in a little loop. Just around Paulsgrove. It's going to go around the top here where there are no stops. So let's see. This is called Blakemere Crescent. And this road, I know this is Leominster Road. Okay. So Leominster Road, opposite Blakemere Crescent. That's Lime Grove. So this is Leominster Road, opposite Lime Crescent. And then suddenly, we will have stops again. So we'll stop at Winchcombe Road, and at Collington Crescent. Not there, because that's like 93 meters. And we'll route it around this side of the... Will we? There we go. Even better. So it just comes around the back side of the square. And then we'll go back towards Thingy. Mountview Avenue, Portsview Gardens, Station Road, and Portchester Precinct. Isn't that a nice little route? No time lapse for this one, but I will cut the timetable out. And there is the timetable for the P4. So it looks like the P3 and the P4 should interwork quite happily. And again, that'll be a sign from SW. Activate that later. So now, I'm just going to check the timing for the P1. Okay, so that goes on the hour. So we're at 10 past. I'm going to put in what will basically be like the big route. Kinda. This will be the P5. And it's also going to be Portchester to Paulsgrove. But it's going to go actually broadly the same way. And it's even going to like go to the shops area. But it's going to be a slightly different circuit in Paulsgrove. So, post me. And there is the very, very interesting route of the P5. Which, yeah, it gets a little bit messy in Paulsgrove, but I quite like that. I think it's very fun. So, let's timetable this. This one is going to run every 20 minutes. It's going to be the most frequent of these PE services. Unless I decide to make the town circulars every 15 minutes. Which I may do. It'd mean they no longer need to interwork. Yeah, I'll do that. They'll no longer need to interwork. I'm very, very happy with that idea. And the timetable for the P5 is done. So this one will run every 20 minutes Mondays to Saturdays and every half hour on Sundays. It's a very quick network, and what I'm going to do right away is also edit the frequencies and sort of operational characteristics of the P2, or P1 and P2. So every 15 minutes. And I realise this doesn't run on Sundays, so maybe we'll make this route a 7-day-a-week service as well for Sundays. So let's run that every 15. Confirm. So now each route needs a bus of its own. The P3 and P4 each need 2 buses, and the P5 needs 4 buses. Which is pretty good. Although what I'm going to check... the timetable, 5:30, 5:45, 6. You know what, I'm fine with them leaving at the same times. And in fact, show timetable, I have them run 5:30 till 10. So edit timetable, advanced, 5:30 till 10:30, why not? Confirm. And, nope, depots, no. I can play this game. No, that's the wrong button as well. Bus routes, that's the button you need. P2. Edit timetable in advanced mode. This one is going to run from 5:30 till 22:30 as well. There we go. And maybe we'll add the Sunday service. But there we go, there's our nice little network. In Portchester we have the P1 and the P2, which are already established. The P3, which is a new service to Waters Edge Park via Linden Lee. The P4 to Paulsgrove, and the P5, which is another more different way of going to Paulsgrove. And that means the vehicles that currently run on them need to also go to SW. These need to go to SW right now. Off they go. And I need to change, so that's ENL, or it'll be the only SO1 that shows up here. There we are. Depot, you need to go to SW. So when that's done, I've moved us to SV. SV is doing just fine. SV is doing fantastically. It's doing better than Polmady is in Glasgow. That's for sure. So let's have a look. Aha! There's one of those. Where's the other one? Or are they both in there now? Only one's in there at the moment. That's odd. GP. Where are... Okay, it's probably just on its way. Yeah, there it is. So, let's go to SW. Oh no. No, what have I done? No, I don't want another new garage. I just want to go to SW. There we go. Cool, so SON4 and SON5 are there. And because we have this whole host of new services, it's time to buy some Optare MetroCities. Give these their basic thing that I have. And these are going to be group 111. Ooh, what have I done? MetroCity Group 111. These will be the Portchester. Little hint at the branding that I've made for these, because of course I've made a branding. I like the idea of branding these little town networks, because that just sort of, it feels even more sort of quaint. So how many have I set aside in the spreadsheet? Because I think I over-egged it a bit. I set aside 12 in the spreadsheet. Yeah, I don't think I need 12. I don't think I need 12. In fact, to run the entire network, let me scroll back up. I need 2, 4, 8. I need 8. So I'm actually going to buy 10. I do not have enough money. So maybe what I start with is enough for me to be able to afford. Which is 4. Which is alright. Because then I think with the 3 Esteems and the 4 MetroCities, I should be able to run the P3 as well as the town circuit. So this is the MetroCity. It's a small sort of, or mid-sized single-decker bus. Sort of was your competitor to your Enviro 200s and stuff like that. And in terms of City Bus Manager, it's really old. You see, it's not got license plates, it's not got any of this. It's very old. And it's an old 70M model as well, if you couldn't tell. But we move. So, oh, I meant to have all of these as like different branding, because I made a branding for each 5. So let's get them all delivered with Portchester 1 and 2, which looks like this. It's a very light version of Solent Blue. The dark colour here is the light colour that would go on the front of a Solent Blue vehicle. So it's like extra light. And obviously it's a modern repaint from me, so it's got SWOM, garage type code, and we have legals for Solent Blue. And you know, branding with the sort of superscript letters. That's how I like to do letters, whether they are prefix or suffix. I like superscript. So there's 4. And aren't these modern? These are actually kind of nice. So I'm gonna shove this camera over and take a screenshot. This is the 70M garage, clearly. Anywho. Now I can't remember if this actually has destinations that work or not. I'm pretty sure they don't. But I'm willing to try and find out. So, of course, because National Busways have been around for quite some time, these are not OM 1, 2, 3, and 4. This first one is going to be OM 65. But first, the Portchester. The Portchester destination display SW. Fleet number OM 65. There aren't going to be many of these. National Busways does enjoy an Optare, but mostly for the solos. This license plate is going to be HK67. We're at 67 plates now. PCR. And yeah, no destination displays. Or fleet numbers. This is before all of that. So I don't need that. That should make this a little bit quicker. Fleet number is OM66. And HK67PCS. OM68. No, OM67. HK67BCT and OM68 HK67BCU. There's our first Optare MetroCities, and aren't they really pretty? Like, the Metro City isn't the finest bus in the world, not by a long shot, but I think it is a very nice looking bus. And to be fair, I do say the same about the right street lights, so, you know, but they have that sort of modern, almost tram aesthetic that, you know, like, we have a lot of street lights where I used to live in Medway, and they present a nice sort of visual in terms of, you know, what you might expect of a public transport system when the streetlights were new. It's like, you know, it's very flashy, modern, lots of nice shapes, etc. Anyway, let's activate that. P3. Ooh, that's taking a while. That is taking a while. Right, and the P1 and P2 are both assigned from SW. That's beautiful. So, shift scheduler. I don't have any drivers here. I forgot to get drivers. We need drivers. Drivers are important. See, what's really trippy is I play this game with my speaker off because there's some pretty bad, or there was, I think it's fixed now, but there was some very bad, what's it called, interference, because of how I've had to route the cables for it. That gets quite loud and, like, actually kind of annoying. And it's annoying at the best of times. So, I don't know what noises the game's making, but I can sort of guess. Because the game just makes those sorts of noises that you can just guess what the game is doing in terms of sound. Anyway, there's a few drivers. So who is doing the honours? Emma is doing the honours. Our first driver is taking HK67 PCR out to do P3s. Tomorrow, well, let's get everyone assigned. 12:50, will you go? No, you won't. Will you go? No, you won't. You'll go. I just want to see if I can get everyone assigned to the Metro Cities, because if I can just use the Metro Cities, that'll be great. However, I don't think that'll be possible. No, not possible. But the only shift that we're looking likely to drop is this 12:50, the vehicle for which is coming back soon from its shift over in Portchester. In fact, there it is. It's going down to GP via the back streets, apparently, in order to head straight back out. There it is. That is going to head straight back to the new garage. SW, that's what it's called. I cannot speak this evening. So, where is my Esteem? Where is my Optare Esteem? I want to see it. Oh, I think we have a P3 on the move. We do. This is going to be doing the 2318 from Water's Edge Park to Portchester Precinct, which is literally the last P3. This game makes so much sense. That was sarcasm. Anywho. It's go time. I don't think we'll run with anyone for this shift, because it's the last bus of the night. Oh, we got 3 people on. What? Why do we have people? A person going one stop at this hour. You make no sense. Where's SON3? All the way at the back. What's that doing there? There we go. And yes. Isn't that nice? Oh, and of course, tomorrow I'll be able to assign that, no problem at all. So, how are we doing recording time-wise? 48 minutes. Ooh. Time always runs away from me when I'm playing this game. And apparently, City Bus Manager wasn't responding for a moment. Now it's fine. Love that. I did look into actually what happens when the game stops responding like that. For some reason it will pin my hard drive at 100%. And I have no idea what it's doing. It won't be auto-saving or anything like that. It'll just have my hard drive pinned at 100% for no reason. And I'm very confused. But there we are. So, this probably isn't going to edit down all that much, because it's I don't know what I'm time-lapsing and cutting out. What's this? This looks very fun. This is like prime strata territory right here. No, you wouldn't run a bus to here though. Well, certainly not into each of the little cul-de-sacs. But you might run a bus into this shopping area? What is this? Is this like a... oh, the boardwalk. Yeah, I could see you wanting to run a bus into there. That'd be quite nice, actually. Maybe that's the P6. Portchester Precinct to the boardwalk. And then maybe the P7 covers up here, comes down like that. What on earth is this? But then, like, rather than going into Paul's Grove, like into this part of Paul's Grove, it goes over to like here. Although I swear that's more Cosham than Paul's Grove. I don't know. But there's P6 and P7. That's an idea. But all the branding on the Portchester buses is focused around 5. So, I don't really know. But there isn't a Portchester delivery for the Esteems, because at some point the Esteems are going to be gone. We're going to get rid of them. I was hoping it would be this episode, but they cling on for just a little bit longer. What is it with these Esteems and just finding ways to cling on? Because that's not what I wanted for them. I wanted for them to be gotten rid of fairly early in the series because they just don't fit. Who knows, maybe it's just National Busways' obsession with Scania. I know we only have like one batch of Scanias on this map other than these, but there will be more. And I want National Busways to be quite an early Scania customer. Hint hint, West Scotland, hint hint. Because we're looking at expanding out of Scotland soon, and we're also coming up on the 51 plate, on the 51 plate, which oh, they've all stopped running because it's like 2:30, but there were some N94UBs on the 51 plate, or under the 51 plate. I don't know how you would really refer to that. Anyway, Portchester, they've got a nice little bus network now. Indeed, isn't it lovely? Let's bring it up. P1. The P1 and P2 are pre-existing. They are the Portchester town services. The P3 is one of the new ones that goes to Watersedge Park through over this way. The P4 goes direct to Paulsgrove Town Centre, or Paulsgrove Shops really, and then does a little loop. P5 goes to Paulsgrove and does its loop first, and then goes to the town centre. The idea behind the P5 is that it's more Portchester centric, so you use it to get between these parts of Paulsgrove and Portchester, but if you're trying to get to the shops in Paulsgrove, you would get a Paulsgrove bound bus. Whereas the P4, its purpose is to link Paulsgrove and Portchester, and then it goes into Paulsgrove, sort of, you know, little back streets. And yeah, maybe there's a P6 or P7 that I add down the road. Certainly for that batch of MetroCities, I'd get rid of the bit where it talks about having 5 new services. Although, here's the first P3, and it's doing reasonably well. Very quiet, but we're at the end of the route. It's first bus of the day. It certainly doesn't seem too quiet, which I'm very happy about. You know, coming down through the shops there, you pick up a few, which is sort of how I would expect this route to work. And then really picks up quite a lot for that last little run. Oh no, not last little run, we go through Linden Lee. Oh yeah. I wonder why this is... I wonder if it'll drop off at the roundabout. It does, but not very. Maybe here? Yeah, it drops off quite a lot down here. But everyone's still going into town, so you never know. What I'm going to do is just make sure... Oh wait, the P4 is not going to interwork with the P3 because the P3, or like... Yeah, they're not in yet. Also, something else that's happened is the Scanias are going to be on P3s by the looks of it. Yeah, Scanias are going to be on P3s. Huh. That's certainly interesting. Something to fix off camera. Hang on, if I zoomed out just a little bit more, we'd be able to see the entire network. Although we wouldn't need to zoom out that far because we don't have the P4 and P5 in. So this is actually sufficient. that P3 is quite busy. I don't know if it would be that busy in real life, but I cannot wait until the P3 and the P4 are interworking, because that's going to be such an efficient use of buses. They're just going to be flying backwards and forwards all day. It's going to be so good. And why is that stop really busy? It says there's 0 passengers waiting, but it also says there are 14. It says there are 0 passengers waiting. Oh, that's really weird. What's going on there? What's going on there? Well, what's going on here is the P3 is absurdly busy because it's rush hour. That's what's happening. So yeah, we definitely need frequencies to be upped in Portchester, as and when we can afford it. Ah, there's a Metro City going off on P1s. P2s even. Oh, and there's one on P1s. So when do the other ones come into the equation? The Dubries, they're not called Dubries, they're called they're called Esteems. That's what they're called. I forgot the name of the Optare Esteem for a second. Can someone revoke my bus enthusiast card? Thank you. I almost wonder if it would be worth running a P route over to here, or if that would be kind of redundant, seeing as how close it is to the 220. Yeah, I think it would be redundant given the 220's proximity. We're like, looking at the P routes, we're definitely looking more east than west. And if we're looking south in any way other than the P1 and P2 going this way, we'll be looking at the boardwalk. Which I wouldn't mind. Maybe a P6 is in order. From there, just down to the boardwalk, back up. That sort of thing. What are we doing? We're at 59 minutes in the record for now. I will probably wait for one of the Esteems to come out, and we'll end off on the Esteems, because they have way too much sticking power. So I think it's only fair that we pay tribute. We could even go over to SW, seeing as it's right there. I think the first one's due out at 12:20. Yes, first one's due out at 12:20. SON 4. So let's just go back to the Portchester network as it is. These routes are obscenely busy. No idea why the game thinks that these buses will be this busy. But at the same time, that's profit, and I'm not going to complain. Also, it was just rush hour. But, you know, it still wouldn't be this busy. Let's see if it's calmed down at all. Looks like it has, but it's still a little bit more busy than I'd expect. You know what? Nah, I'm not gonna wait for the Esteem to come back, or for the Esteem to come out. Let's just go to the garage and look at them to round off the episode, because these guys have way too much sticking power, and I don't know how to feel about it, because I like them as buses, but they do not fit in the fleet. And I think on that note, I'll see you next week. Bye bye.